Spare us all. We now know Prince Harry's memoir will be published on January the 10th and will feature a brooding picture of him on the front and will be entitled Spare. Now, I just want to read you a little quote that's coming, sort of description by Harry about the book. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope is that in telling my story, the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think. Now, that's a perfectly nice sentiment. A bit gooey, a bit American for a British audience, but a very nice sentiment. I can't, you can't...
I don't know, I feel kind of...
Yeah, I know, but you would.
I feel kind of diabetic after that.
But, this is a book which he has been reportedly paid for 36 million. Now, we don't know if that's true. That's just a reported figure in Hello magazine. I suspect it's slightly exaggerated. But we do know it's been a very hefty sum. As he's already said, he's donating £1.2 million of it to go to charity. Now, if you know...
And the rest to go into his pocket,
And if you know anything about publishers, they will not have agreed to this book just being about Harry telling his... Now, just wait here, his truth. I know you're squirming and feeling a bit sick as I say that.
No.
So, we know there are going to be elements of this book that are going to prove highly controversial for the royal family. Now, I've always been a big defender of Harry and Meghan. I am slightly running out of steam. So, we've got Dickie Arbiter
Surprised
here.
you've lasted this long. Joining us now to discuss this literary event of the century, we have Talk TV contributor Paula Rowan-Adrian and royal author Dickie Arbiter. Thanks so much to you both for joining us. First of all, with you, Dickie, I mean, this is now primed to come out just before the coronation. What are the effects of that?
What are the effects of it coming out, full stop? I think it's a great mistake. He's doing what his dad did in '94 with Jonathan Dimbleby cooperating. He's doing what his mum did with Andrew Morton in 1992. Why is he bringing out a book? He's obviously got a lot on his chest that he wants to get off. Unfortunately, we saw part one with the Oprah interview, My Truth, in which the late Queen came out with that wonderful one-liner, recollections may vary. And I think we'll find a lot in this book where recollections may vary.
I think, Dickie, it's interesting that you bring up the fact that he's not the first member of the royal family to
well, his uncle
bring
did
out
it
a book
in 51.
or give an interview, as you say, that causes a lot of problem. And I am concerned, as someone who has defended them in the past, that they get a very large degree of hostility about anything they do. But Harry must have seen the effect of his actions so far, the Oprah interview. I am slightly staggered after the funeral, where you saw it's very painful when families are ripped apart and brothers are not talking to each other. Do you think this book was already in the process? Do you think he might be regretting this?
He might well be regretting it, but it's too late. There was talk, there was speculation that he was asking for changes. Now, we heard, how true it is, we don't know, that he had signed off on the book in summer. Publishers are very quick to press the button to run the printing presses to get the book out in the autumn. Did he make the changes? We don't know. What's he doing with the money? Well, we know that £1 million is going to Centre Bali, £300,000 is going to wellness organisation.
Dickie, we're just going to get Paula in here.
Yeah,
Paula, what's your opinion? How explosive do you think this book is going to be? Or we're doing exactly what the publishers want us to, which is getting frightfully riled up before we've even read it.
And publicity too.
Exactly. And really and truthfully, what is it that we don't know already? And I suspect that that's what's going to happen. I suspect we're going to get this book, which will be interesting. We will hear Harry's voice in the way, no doubt, he wants us to. But ultimately, in terms of the shock factor, I'm just not sure we're there anymore. I think we've probably...
Sure?
I think what more have we had? We've had racism. We've had mental health. We have had...
Oprah.
We've had Oprah. We have had the sad destruction of a loving family. You know, we've had it. Where else are we going to go with this?
Well, here's the thing, though. In my experience, a publisher does not pay $36 million to get reheated stuff they've had before.
They will be
saying, you've got to give us more of this stuff.
They want their pound of flesh.
They want their
Of course
pound
they
of
do.
flesh.
Yeah.
That's my concern, is even if it's the odd paragraph in there,
Yeah.
and it really, thousands of words could be a lot more sort of self-help, my truth garble, but it only takes 4 paragraphs saying something
About
not
the
entirely
Queen.
pleasant about
Yeah.
his father, his upbringing.
Yeah, the Queen
and-
consort. Yeah.
And whether
we
there's any truth in it, that remains to be seen.
Well, and Dickie, you know, we've had numerous biographies, 3, 4 of King Charles. Look, we're not going to hear anything new. We don't need to be excited
Paula,
about
I'm afraid
this.
I've got to break in. That's it from us. Piers will be making his much anticipated return on Monday.